Evening gamers, it is I. Hello. Just gonna fix my hair a bit and get some music on the go. I've got to go find it again because they've broken the playlist for the 10,000th time. Let's bring this down here. There we go, I'm a little better in frame now. Right, I just need to do a little, like a couple little bits and pieces, and then we'll be able to get started properly. Right, in just a moment. Need to do some promo-y nonsense. Really need to get myself a fucking ring light. Because every time I tab out something else, it's just it's all the hang on, look. This is just all the light on my face. It's just fucking gone. I just turned my screen off. Take that. There we go. It's back now. I don't know, like a fucking ghost. But that's not. I've come to terms with the fact that's not the fault of the screen. I'm just super white, man. I'm just super white. Right. Give me just a second. He says for like the third fucking time. I'm actually basically done now. I just need to. Right, so little bit of backstory. This is me starting. I just need to give some context to exactly what the fuck is happening. This is the Repository of Arcane Oddities. It's the second thing I ever released on the guild. Press the shill button. There we go. Shill button pressed. There's my portfolio. You can go look at all my D&D stuff. You don't have to. Emphasis on the word can. I ain't twisting your fucking arm. Do whatever you want. But this was the second thing I ever released on the guild. This is... I'm trying to think when this would have been. I'm fairly certain it was in November of 2019. That feels right. That feels right. I'm terrible with dates. Everything just kind of blends together. It's all a mush. Let me check the release date of like one of my products, and that will give me an answer. Because it was in like the November of 1 year or something. Yeah, I could just check the release date of this that would probably make more sense. Yes, November 2019. Yeah, I just sort of double checked it, and yeah, November 2019 I released this, and you know that was 2 years ago. But as it turns out, I've come leaps and bounds in 2 years, and I look back at the repository and I'm like, it's a bit shit. It's a bit shit. It's not terrible. It's not unusable garbage. But there are definitely some major problems with it. Problems that I'm not happy with, and I want to go in and I want to change. And that basically means that a lot of the magic items, a lot of them are much older than 2019, by the way. Some of them are as old as like 2016, 2017. Like that book was in the works for a very, very long time. Just reply to a message. So mark this as unread, so I read it later on. He says, promptly forgetting to ever look at it. But probably. Oh, no, actually, no. The notification is there and it's going to bug me until I click on it. So But yeah, I wrote this book. It's 120 magic items. It's alright. It's an okay book. There's some cool things in it, and there's some things that need revamping, and there is a couple things that I just want to cut and make something new. That is the plan. All kinds of magic items, really. The whole point of the product was to be a big grab bag of stuff. A lot of my early stuff was exactly that. Was here is stuff. Do with it as you will. And I still really like that approach of design. Is not making one very, very specific thing and going, here is my artisan, is just sort of dumping a sack on the table and going, take your pick. That's my kind of preferred method of going about this. But yeah, there is. Hang on, let me get like the PDF up because I have it on hand. There's 120 magic items. Lots of weapons, lots of armor, some armor, a couple of potions, a couple of rings, a couple of rods, a couple of stars, a couple of wands. I say a couple of potions, there was one potion in this book. I made sure to fix that for Repository 2. Because Repository 2 is like, done. I'm just waiting on the art at the moment. I think I've said this before. The sequel to this book is done. I'm just waiting on the art, which hopefully will be done next month. Hopefully. But yeah, there's a shit ton of wondrous items, and I'm basically just going to go through them alphabetically because that's just the way they're listed. I'm going to be like, right, how do we make this not a bag of blank? Because some of them, some of them are just like, oh, this wording isn't as precise as I want it to be, and it's like, I need to tweak this. Or some of it is like, I was a moron for writing this, but that's why we're fixing it. Right. Oh, I can't fucking spell. So, Abraxas's Discs of Power is the first item in the entire book. Why do I have a second thing open? Oh, okay. So, Abraxas's Discs of Power is the first magic item in the entire book. From my memory, it is conceptually fine, but in practice, I'm not super happy with it. The flavor text as well is super clunky. Basically, a lot of this is going to be like, I don't like the phrasing on this, let's fix it. And this will probably take me several weeks. Which is a pain, but, so weapon, dart. I might just make it disc, like just one for now. I might sort of revert it instead of it being, because it was 3 discs, and I feel like it's kind of weird when magic items have to come in sort of groups or pairs. I'm just going to have to be one thing. Uncommon. I'm going to remove its attunement requirements because it's really just not like crazy enough to really need it. A ringed disc of Obsidian. Ringed disc of Obsidian. Edges of glowing yellow light. Was made with this magical dart. Get an extra 1 radiant damage. +1 bonus to attack rolls made with this magical tart and attacks with the deal an extra 1 radiant damage. That feels okay. That, like, you know, that feels so-so. Attacks with it deal an extra 1 radiant damage. No, I'll just do +1 damage rolls. Actually, no, because this kind of pushes the boundary. Actually, no, I'll just upgrade it to rare. That's fine. Let's do that. Let's upgrade it to rare. What attacks made with them? One of 2 actions. I feel like there's a weapon that does this. I think it's like a post like Tasha's situation. I think. I'm gonna go check it. I think it's called a returning weapon. It is a returning weapon. Or you may have it do one of the following. Actually, hang on. As part of the attack action. Hang on, let me go read like shove. Horrible like muscle pain in my leg. It's very unpleasant. Let me go check the original wording. See, originally, these things, you were supposed to sort of throw them and you could use them as, like, stepping stones or whatever, but it's like... Because there was 3 of them. So you could sort of toss them out over, like, a thing and use them as stepping stones. What's the max range of a dart? That's something I need to check. 60. Can support up to 500 pounds of... Oh, hang on. Tensor's floating disk. That has a thing. Can hold up to 500 pounds. That I like. It has some. It's a +1 weapon with some utility. Is the returning weapon a +1 weapon? It is. Oh, it's an infusion. I thought it was a magic item, but it's not. It is an infusion. That's cool. Ugh. Oh. Right. So that took a little longer than I expected it to, but that's okay. A lot of the other ones will be much simpler. Number 2 is almost certainly going to be simpler. Sword called Arclight. Longsword, very rare, requires attunement. Right. I don't like this flavor text, it's just kind of boring, just a bunch of fucking proper nouns. Divine Messenger of Bahamut. As a gift from a Divine Messenger of Bahamut. Earn his title. There. It's a bit more kind of coy with information, which I much prefer. It doesn't just kind of spell everything out with a boatload of proper nouns, which really bothered me. Right. I could do 1d3 plus 1. Any 1d3 plus 1 daily charges daily. You know what? Fuck it, no. We're just gonna do 1d4. While wielding Arclight, you can expend 1 of its charges to extend the blade with an edge of radiant light. At the start of your next turn, attacks you make hang on, let me check bugbears. Bugbear. The race specifically. Five feet greater than normal, and deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage. There we go. So that is basically what this, well, that is that is what this sword does. It is explicitly its function and design. It has charges, you spend them and you bonk or whack a guy. Now it does also have sentience and personality, because it is a sentient weapon. 'Now let's see what my flavor text from several years ago is like. As a sentient lawful good weapon with intelligence of 12, wisdom of 13, and charisma of 15, has hearing darkness now at a range of 20 feet. The weapon communicates by transmitting emotions, sending a tingling sensation through the wielder's hand. As driven by a powerful belief that evil must be smite. Why is that? Smite? I swear smited. Is it smote? Definition, smited. Apparently I just passed 500 hours streaming, which is cool. It's 500 hours I'll never get back. No, I'm just fine. It's good fun. It forces me to work. Yes. Streamer man. It is I. It must be sort of for the world to be a better place. Must be. I'll just put destroyed. For the world to be a better place. I'll try to get its wielder to act in this way. The wielder refuses to destroy an evil creature without a significant. Without justifiable reason, or its wielder does something performs an outright evil action. Conflict begins. I think that's a thing. Hang on, let me just go read Black Razor again, because Black Razor has something like this. Conflict is implied to have mechanics for like magic items and stuff, but it just doesn't. It just kind of just doesn't. Now, my main thing is that this is obviously this is a very rare item, but I feel it's only really very rare because it's a +2 weapon. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's a very strong item. I don't know if it's very rare quality. Its effect is powerful. Don't get me wrong. 4 times a day, +5 reach, and 1d8 extra damage for a turn is pretty good. It's pretty legit. But if I were to literally just to drop this down to +1, would this suddenly just be fine as a rare? And it's my thought that the answer is probably yes. I don't know. I might just play it safe and keep that very rare. I think it's probably easiest. Right. The next one is a very simple item that I've worded quite poorly. There's no flavor text to this item either. Weird. Because people are cringe. And some people are just very stupid, I find. It's usually a combination of the two, or just one. It's my very intellectual take is that people are cringe. It's big brain. As an ancient symbol of truth. That's pretty good. I'm gonna keep that quote in mind because I'd forgotten about fucking what is it Watto? I think it's Watto. Hang on. Yes, it's Watto. I forgot he has a stupid hat, doesn't he? Oh, he's horrible. He's the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh, he has a jacket, doesn't he? I thought he was just a horrible naked creature, but no, he does have a jacket. How does he fly? Like, the whole point of birds, is they're super light. He ain't a light boy. Okay. I was googling Watto and I just saw an image of the pre-redesign movie Sonic, but with Watto's face, and it's horrible. It's wonderful, but God, it's awful. It's the worst thing I think I've ever seen. Yeah, let me see if I can do this. No, I can't. He says it just appears in like 30 seconds time while Streamlabs is loading it or something. Place around a creature's neck, that creature must make a DC 15 Wisdom. Must make a saving throw against the zone. Oh, it's charisma. Shit. Oh wait, I didn't write that down. It's fine. Regardless of its successful failure, the target become. I guess it would just be becomes immune to the amulet of truth. Not binding. For the next 7 days. That's good. Oh, God, my fucking legs. They hurt, like, really badly. I think I've not been out much lately. I think that's probably it. But man, is it not comfortable, like, even slightly. Right, what comes next? One of my favorites is B flat. I love B flat. It's so stupid. spend it. Blah, 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 blah. Shatter. I'm going to increase its charges to 6, I think. Cost a chosen spell 1 level higher for. I need to look into staves that have this effect. Because I've done this before, as I've gone been like, where the fuck are these abilities? They have like very specific things that they can do. I think they're all like staves, and they have spells attached to them. And it's from the DMG as well, I think. Just going through my index list for them. So one of them has it. Ooh, it's not a staff, it's the wand of magic missiles. No. Maybe lightning bolts? You know what? I'm going to cut the spells from this item because it doesn't need them, I think. You hit a target. Expend one of the hammer's charges. I'm going to reduce this back to four charges, I think. Deal an extra 2d6 thunder damage. An average of about 7/10 for everybody. Have the attack deal an extra 2d6. Can't speak. 2d6 thunder damage. Oh, I know what's next on the list. God damn. It's the most complicated and weirdest item from the book. I'm not looking forward to that. It's gonna be a bastard. That's gonna be a fucking bastard, I'll tell you. Obviously, the stream's been going for about 50 minutes, but I think I've been going for about 45 or so. So I'm making okay time, but also I've done like 4 items, and all of them have received like fairly notable changes. However, there's 120 items in this book. And I think all of them will need at least a little something on it. That's very upsetting. There's another weapon like this in this book, by the way, and it's wonderful. It's equally wonderful as B-flat. The pun isn't quite as good, but it is still very cool. Check the flame tone real quick. So it's 2d6 plus 1. Plus if you for whatever reason have Thunderous Smite, you'd be like a Bard Paladin maybe. Then that stacks as well. That sounds like a very fun build, is having B flat, and obviously builds that are centered around magic items that you can't like easily just make are fundamentally flawed, and the fact that your DM can just not give you that item or let you have it. But it does sound kind of good fun. Being a bard and then being like a swords bard, getting this weapon. And then, obviously, you would also need to be. You also would need to be Dexy for this. Actually, this is a whole like build around item. I might actually put as well. Hang on, Sun Blade. Something I neglected about the fact that bards do need to use this. I suppose it is a light hammer, you can just huck it at someone, but then, what do you even do at that point? It's just bonked them, and now your hammer's on the ground. But you can totally, being a bard with this hammer, and magical secreting, like a swords bard, or a valor bard, either works, and explicitly like magical secreting, for Thunderous Smite, that seems fun as hell. Even if it probably isn't that good. Does Thunderous Smite scale okay? I don't think it scales particularly. Oh, I'm wrong, maybe. It doesn't scale at all, actually, so no, it would be bad. I forgot. Thunderous Smite is a smite spell and is therefore not very good. I mean, I guess it's a bonus, so it is, like, for this specific combo, it is probably still, specifically the hammer, so that when you throw it 60 feet, it comes out from the impact. We have the word impact there as well, just to make it clear that that's specifically what that means. Okay. I'm gonna upgrade this item to legendary. As an action, this gets more complicated, trust me. There's a whole thing here. Take one of the teeth from the bag and throw it. Okay, right, I need to, let me check my conjure animals or something. Non-magical versions of any equipment it had when it died. roll a D100. Oh. This is a whole thing. This is only going to get more complicated. Because man, I like this item. I really do. But holy shit. This was a very interesting solution to the problem that I had at the time, to the problem of, you know, PCs capturing crazy powerful monsters in the bag of soul crowns. Let me go read teleport real quick. You know what? I think what I need to do. So must determine its danger. be taking a break after I'm done with this. Looks shit. And negative to negative, so it just looks bad. Right, there we go. Less than 1. One to 2. I know it's 1 to 3. Whoa. So wordy. It's one of those things where it's like it's super wordy and you like, but once you understand it, it's really quite simple. But it's just a faff to actually like, you know, work out, like get this in a position where it works. I understand why the original version is so clunky. It's not symmetrical, the table, but I think that's probably a good thing. Now, I don't think we need this table now. Hostile. Let me check teleport again. Yeah, oh yeah, it is very similar to like the teleport table. $51, $75. Oh, that should be 95, not 96. Oh no, they do actually write it in as 100 on the teleport table. So yeah, if you try and just like store like a crazy powerful monster in here, it's not going to go well for you. It's in fact going to go horribly. Servant. This one's your spoken commands. One fights with no regard for its safety or well-being. It fights to protect itself. Otherwise acts in regards to its nature, to its normal nature in combat. Duplicate is hostile towards all other creatures. It's hostile towards you and your allies. for 1 minute or until you use another tooth to create a different duplicate. I don't want it to be too crazy. It was essentially 50 teeth, and I was like, yo, what? And the last bit, it's cursed. You know, I'm just going to remove the cursed aspect of this because it's just awkward and annoying. And I just... Man. God fucking damn, man. So many words. It's a really cool item. I really want to give it to a group at some point, but as of right now, No, actually, hang on. I want to put the curse back in. It summons a shadow. A remove curse spell prevents this from occurring for 7 days. No, it's just... finally in here. Right, I am fucking starving. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. When I get back, I'll probably be about 15 minutes. I'll have about, like, probably another sort of 10-15 minutes. Well, probably 15-20 minutes before I need to go, because I've got a game tonight. I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna see what's next on the list. It's a series of much simpler items. Thank God. That was the big hurdle. Was the bag. the worst part was I actually made the bag for like a home game, and then never got used because the player was playing it left the game, and it was like, well, fuck, huh? But I put it in the repository. A lot of items that make the players end up in here. But either way, I'm gonna go grab food because I'm fucking hungry. I will be back in sort of 10 to 15 minutes. I'll see you guys in a minute. I pressed the wrong button, but all is well. Right. Clear my throat. Okay, right, I have about 10 minutes, or 10 minutes, 20 minutes before I need to go. So I'm going to carry on and try and get to a good sort of stopping point. That's the plan anyhow. Right. What is next? Shut up, Windows notification. Silence, Windows notification. Kill it. There is. Be gone, bot. I killed the bot. My power knows no bounds. Oh. Let's check my phone actually. Oh shit, I just dropped on the floor. Fucking idiot. Oh, my phone's almost dead. Lean over. Just vanish out of sight. Nah, it's on charge now. Damn, I banned Time Brandon 0505. Poor Time Brandon. Shed a tear. F's in the chat for Time Brandon 0505. Too soon. It was done before his time. So basically, you can just put it in the ground once, and it stays there. I think, yeah. So you plant it in the ground. You keep it there for as long as you want. As long as it's in the ground, it has its aura. It does its thing. However, lost my train of thought. Once it's been pulled out of the ground, putting it in the ground again does nothing until the next storm. Basically, it's on cooldown. Like every other magic item, except this one doesn't have a duration. It just once it's been taken out, you can't put it back in. Well, you can. It just doesn't do anything. Ugh. Oh, these are all in the third person. This is a problem. I just need to fix this. Additionally, if the pair is being worn by a creature familiar to you, Additionally, you always know if the rings pair. That's what I wanted. This will probably be the last item I do today. This is the Blight Blade. I'm not being happy with this at all. I'm going to call it and just change this to the Blight Weapon. And I'm going to change its effect. Blighted black vines. Or with, oh, it would be black blighted vines. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, that I like. There is a weapon that does this in this, but I'm probably going to replace it with something else. Oh, I clear my throat as well. Now, what is next? The next one on here is quite complicated, so we will save that for next time. I'm probably going to try and, well, I say I'm going to try and do more of these streams, because I want to try and not let this take like 7 weeks or something, because I want this to be done, you know, within the month preferably. So I will potentially look at doing another one of these streams, potentially during next week, maybe this weekend, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to look at doing more streams of this just to get it done a bit faster, really. How many items are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 8 items in. We are 6% complete. To be fair, the bag of soul crowns took about half an hour. So, like the blight weapon, the binding bands, and the bannerman standard took me a combined total of 20 minutes. So, if I can do, by that logic, I can do 3 items, like I can do 9 items in an hour. And if these streams are 2 hours long, under the assumption that I have at least one kind of like problem item or item that takes way longer than it should, well, say at least one. I probably have, sort of, let's say I can do 2 items in 20 minutes. I think that was probably just like a particularly friendly one. 2 items in 20 minutes, that lets me do 6 items in an hour, lets me do 12 items in a stream. If that is the case, and that is sustainable, then I will, that will, it'll be 10 streams, which I hope doesn't take that long, but we will see. I think the main thing with all of these items is that so many of them need to just be like rewritten from scratch. Whereas when I did the archive, it was like, most of them were just like, oh, this spell's kind of busted, or I don't like the way this part of the spell is worded. Whereas in this, it's like, when there's a problem with one of the items, it just rewrite the entire thing from scratch. So I reckon this is probably going to take a while. But if this takes 10 streams, then so be it. I'm going to try and make sure that it doesn't. But if it takes 10 streams, it takes 10 streams. Either way, I need to head off here because I've got a game to go to in sort of now minutes. So yeah, I hope folks have enjoyed themselves. So it's been a fairly chill, fairly quiet evening, but that's fine. I will sort of post on Twitter or whatever if I'm doing another one of these during the week. I hope to. Not 100% if I'm going to, but I hope to. On that, I will hopefully see you guys. Ultimately, if I don't do one during the week, I'll be back next Sunday for more Pokemon stuff. I will likely... I'm not sure if I'm going to take the entire week of, like, Christmas week off, but I can say with some degree of certainty that Sunday the 26th, which is Boxing Day, which is, like, 3 weeks yesterday, I will definitely not be streaming. I may push it back earlier in the week, and I imagine the Monday stream, which is only on the 20th, I will almost certainly stream that day. But either way, besides the point, I'm going to head off now. Hope folks have enjoyed themselves. I will potentially see you during the week, if not this weekend. So yeah.